These are the non-stoic ways that will get most women to lose attraction towards you instantly. It doesn't matter, Isaac, if you are doing things not to attract women. I'm talking about the things that you are doing, and maybe you are in a relationship with a lady, you are approaching a certain lady, you want to approach a certain lady, you are a friend to a certain lady, and maybe you imagine that maybe in the near future you might date, you might have a relationship, and it might work, right? So you have that perception or that feeling or that sense, but then there are things that you are doing that are preventing you to get that one lady that you think she might be your type, or it caused that one lady you thought maybe you might have a committed relationship with, you might end up dating, but it ended up not working out for you. So you are in dilemma. How am I supposed to act? What are the specific things am I supposed to be aware of? Women are attracted to men by action. What you act, what you do, how you come, that is an action. And its results leads to her defining you in a specific way, psychologically, to finally come up with a description that communicates high value in her lens, in her mind, in her perception, in also a frame that she has put herself, or in a frame that might be defined as high value in her head. So they are attracted to men psychologically. That is, they will define your value, your SMV, through your action, which is more of safety, hypergamy, survival. Now let's go direct to understand now the attraction that men have towards us women. The fact is, men are attracted to women logically, outwardly. Like at first sight, you see that attractive lady, even before making a move on her, you want her to stay at your side for longer so that you can continually look at her before she disappears, because that raises somehow a certain feeling inside you. That force of attraction towards that lady, it's just an outward logic that is in existence physically. So your determining factor depends on how you define your attraction. But women know that men are attracted to women outwardly, logically, without an inward analyzation. Do you know why nowadays women are modifying their bodies for the sake of, oh, this makes me feel confident? It's not about confidence. It's what will lead a man to like me more before he even analyzes me internally. For that makes me think that I have leverage and I have an upper hand. So are we done with the fact at least? So your audience. When I talk about your audience, I mean the women that you converse with, that you communicate with, that you talk to, that you ask things from, that you spend time with. It doesn't matter, Isaac, if you are dating or you aren't dating, or she is just a friend, or she is just your neighbor. The type of a lady that you communicate with defines, or rather equals to, the type of women that you attract. Again, the type of women that you interact with, those are your audience, those are your female, equals to the type of women you attract. Why? Women lens men by what they involve themselves with. You are a friend to Hannah, who is always talking about the negative things only. It's all the negative energy, it's all the negative things. She can never mention anything positive. It's a confirmation that is the life she's going through. So she is not happy. And she's spending time with you, then you are not happy. Now that is how women lens men. The energy that will come out of your body will be totally different. Again, if it doesn't matter how people will judge you for you are trying to be there for that lady, the energy around you, inside yourself, that will come outside of your internal state of being will be totally different For they can analyze, they can read, they can lens, and they can identify a different energy in you, which is a don't care. And they can realize that you're not even too much into her space. She's the one who is always too much into your space. I'm not telling you to entertain her, but I'm trying to examine, rather give you an insight of how women lens men in the perception or sense of attraction. Now, this will lead to them feeling attracted to you if the energy that is in you is totally different to how they might have perceived you, which causes them to be obsessed with you. But when it's totally the same, they can read that in you because you have to give them time. Then it leads to these women losing attraction towards you. So, how you act, what you do, what you surround yourself with. Women categorize, frame, and rate men as a whole, from your hair to your beard, to whom you spend time with, to your shoes, to your t-shirt, to your words, to your nuance, to your tone, to your energy, to your body language, to your body shape, to your words, to you name them. And now that whole analyzation will equal to something that she will define high value. She might be wrong. The analyzation might be wrong, for she is using her last pattern, her last experience in her memories to analyze you. But that result that she has, it doesn't matter if she's wrong, she will be convinced that she is right. Even when you try to convince her so that she can see the good in you, it won't change how she has already perceived you. And that is just what will cause you think that maybe you have a problem and you are low value in the eyes of a lady, when in reality, it's just how she has trained herself to analyze every man with the memories that she is living in the present. Because that is just a conscious that exists in her and you can't change her. There is a higher chance that she is low value, so you have an advantage of dealing with a high value lady who won't rate you on that level. But then it depends again with your energy, and if her experience is more than hers, she mentioned you in the wrong way, she rated you in the wrong way, she perceived you in the wrong way. So this high value lady, her last experience, her memories, they have to be less, or they have to be more extended, or she has to be someone who doesn't just judge, rather gives the other person more time. So a woman feeling less attracted to you might be an influence of what surrounds you, and not that what surrounds you is who you are sometimes. Sometimes what surrounds you is what will communicate on how she will perceive you, because she thinks that is who you are. And most of the time, what you surround yourself with, that is just who you definitely are. So the only people who are mislabeled are maybe 10 to 20%. Okay. This is the one thing that you have to be aware of. The problem with being there for any lady who is going through a lot, trying to help, trying to be a good man for her, that is a pattern, that is a character that you are creating in your life, in your memory. So you will be acting on that pattern. There is a higher chance that when another lady acts, she acts as if she needs your help so that you can be the good guy who can help her. It will lead to her trapping you, because communicating that doesn't mean it means that. Like, I read how Isaac is caring, he's loving, he has a good vibe, right? And he has been there for this lady. Low value women can identify, or they might think that you have a weakness. And because you have a weakness, then maybe they can take that chance to also communicate that they need your care until they get what they want from you. They might even end up feeling attracted to you, not because they genuinely feel attracted to you, but you have a nice, caring character that, according to them, communicates weakness, and you can even end up sleeping with them so that you can give her a different perception of herself. She's going through low confidence because of a heartbreak, right? And she wants to heal, but she can't deal with her emotions at that very time because she is not willing to deal with the emotions that exist in that very moment, right? So she will try to look for the good guy. Again, she will try to look for the good guy so that the good guy can be there for her and she can end up sleeping with him to convince him that she is in a relationship with him so that he can stay. For the good guy has a positive energy that will allow her to heal, and the only reason is she doesn't want to feel those feelings alone. For that is a flood of emotion that will cause her feel some type of a way about herself, for she was dumped and she's not willing to accept that and deal with that. So she thinks that maybe another male being around me, even sleeping with me, will qualify, rather will give me a perception and a feeling that I am actually attractive. I just need that perception, that sense, that feeling. Sleeping with me will make me feel and remove that perception that the other guy left me with. Am I making sense? So she perceives and understands you as a guy she can just end up sleeping with for the moment, so that you can be there for her for that phase so that she can heal. But it's not a constant attraction. And it's not a genuine relationship towards you, Isaac. So it ends up being a situationship instead of a relationship. And now other women can identify how this other lady is acting, behaving, the low confidence in her, and they can now analyze you through this lady. And they are wrong, but that will cause them not to feel attracted to you because this lady trapped you, and they think actually you are weak and you can't read beyond the words of that lady, like the body language, the tone, and be aware that this lady is just involving you in her life because she is going through some shit. So high value women, rather women you define or you prefer as the high value according to your lens, they won't see you that much attractive. They will think that you have a problem because of Hannah. And there is nothing you can do about that. The other thing that will make women to lose interest in you is her words and her action leading you desiring her. Like her words and her action leading or influencing you to want her, and she'll do it. Maybe you never liked her, but the vibe and the energy caused you to like her. The words. Now, this is what Hannah will do in the front end game. She already knows that energy, it is an emotion. Like an emotion, it is an energy in motion. And when there is an emotion in you, it will influence your thought. For that makes you feel the right way, and the thought is also correct compared to your emotions, which leads to desire. And she's just a contributing factor. And you make decisions under the influence of a contributing factor and not a determining factor. And the determining factor, as we said, they are the internal factors, what you really want. And it's not through the influence of emotion or thought or energy by the other person. The fact is, the energy in another person will make you feel a certain way passively emotional. Again, the energy in another person will cause you feel in a certain way passively emotionally, even when they do not communicate to you verbally. For example, if the person has a negative energy and you are the empathetic Isaac, it's easier for you to connect with that energy because that energy, it is an emotion that is being transferred to you passively. And through that, you are going to experience a specific emotion, and that will influence a specific thought, which will lead to you acting on a certain way. And that is not what you want. Rather, it's just an influence that made you act that way. It's just a contributing factor. Do you know why women come to you when they are acting happy, jovial? They are always vibing, they are always laughing, communicating. She will talk about intimacy, she will talk about a relationship, she will talk about the ex, she will talk about her friends, she will talk about something intimate, about love, but then she won't make a move on you. She's laughing. So the words communicate a specific thought about love, about intimacy. I've already mentioned the word love, the word intimacy. My energy is positive. So the positive energy will influence you to cooperate because it's just a passive energy that is transferring from me to you, Isaac, so that it can influence that thought that I put in your head. And once you are in that state, you are excited, you are influenced, and you think about that thing, and then the next thing, you need to act. Acting, you will act upon to an object that is close to you. And who is your closest object? Hannah. So I create this thing, this state of being towards you, so that you can have a specific reaction towards me. Now that you are responding in a way I wanted you to respond, and you complied because I had already predicted that you will comply, now that equals to control. I am the one in power. Now, the control and the power and the affection that you gave me, it is addictive because I am addicted to that power. Every time I'm coming back for you, I am coming for that power that I am addicted to, for it influences me to have a different perception about myself. Every time I come to you, it's not genuine attraction. Now I'm the one who is in control of your life because I know your pattern and I can guess the right thing because you are following that pattern, which is making a move depending on the energy that I have. When I talk shit, I get disappointed. Maybe I am having a bad day and then you decide to send me money. So you are following that energy. When I am happy, maybe I am happy, you also laugh and you think we are having a good time. When I am disappointed, maybe you are the cause of that because she's around you, so you decide to send her money. So you are acting on that passive energy. And it's not the genuine you, it's the control that she knows she has. It's that power. It's so addictive. She really wants you because of that power, not because of who you are. And now she is the power. There is no fucking attraction towards you. There is only controlling power. She thinks she has it. And she knows, or she believes, or you have made her believe that she can do it. Removes genuine attraction and then turns her to be the person who can control you fully. But she's not controlling you. She's just trying to introduce patterns in your memories so that you can operate on that memory and you can continuously give her that addictive power. Am I making sense to you? I hope I am. Let's try to go a little bit different and let's talk about sex. Why is sex so important to men? It is important to men, we know that is a fact. It is important to women, for it gives children, right? And it might make you feel in a certain way, release stress, feel good, and then experience that moment, right? That we know. But apart from that, why is it so addictive? Because this is the one segment that allows most females to control men, because nowadays even the ads are overly praised and we can only see the naked women being advertised, half naked women being advertised all over here and there, and that is the only way the product or the market can be sold. Like, you can only buy this thing because this lady is naked. Why is it being overly used when it's not supposed to? Like, it's something that is so treasured, a special pleasure for any humankind that exists on earth. But I will let you know where the barrier comes in and why women are even ending up controlling even the society. Like, society knowing that you really value that pleasure that much, in that it has become an addictive adventure in its own in your world, and it has fully controlled you. It has made the society tell you that you have to get everything in order and work for the society. Be in a very specific way so that you can get yourself a specific figure, type of a lady in your life, because that is value. So you end up being a slave to women and you be a slave to the society. So let's dive deeper. The fact is, positive emotions creates creativity or builds creativity, which now creates meaning, and it's equal to a long living life. Am I making sense? Most of the time, when you have positive emotions, it's easier for you to be creative. And when you are creative, it's easier for you to create meaning. And when you have meaning and you enjoy doing it, it's easier for you to live long without stress. That is just a fact, at least to my own psychological insight. Are we done with that? Okay, now that we are done with that, how many of you guys here are working? They are employed by the government, by the private companies, by the public companies, by the, you call them factories. How many of you men are employed here? Right. Are you enjoying the work that you are doing? Even if you are self-employed, are you enjoying the work that you are doing without pressure, without the negative energies, without the force, without the too much work that is so exhausting and you can't even breathe, you can't just even take a break unless you go home in the evening, you meet with your lady, and then you can enjoy some pleasure? How many? I'm very sure it's more than 80%. I'm very sure. Even if you are self-employed most of the time, it's not actually a thing that makes you happy. You have a lot of pressure. Maybe from socials, maybe from the society, maybe from your family. Okay, you have a family. So those are the facts. Now, this is the condition. You are going through psychological torture. Again, you are going through psychological torture and psychological tension because you lack creativity. You are lacking creativity because there is no happiness, and you lack the positive emotions, the positive feelings in your life. And because you are lacking that, now this is affecting how you are living, and you need to look for something so that at least you can hold on this life. So you are already a slave to the psychological torture. You lack freedom. Okay? Oh, it's the same office, it's the same work, it's the same pressure, it's the same fucking managers, it's the same depreciation. Maybe it's the same habit from my wife, and she's always yelling at me, talking. She lacks respect, and at least I have a mistress. Okay? So it's the same shit over and over until you lack creativity, for there is no positive energy around yourself. You lack meaning, you are miserable, but it's just a psychological torture that you're not aware of, and you think maybe you have a problem or you're not strong enough. At this very moment, pleasure is the greatest pleasure that human beings have. Again, pleasure is the greatest pleasure that a human being has. Going through things you will want to experience, I want you just to be aware first, so that you can know what you're dealing with and why sometimes it's controlling men. So most of you guys are going through these, and now you just need 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get pleasure so that it can give you dopamine. And giving you dopamine allows you to run away from the psychological torture, psychological pain. At least for once in a while, you have freedom of creativity. But doing it consistently and it being the only thing that gives you pleasure, it enslaves you. You just have a life that is so small. You're just in a cage. Let me go to work at least in the evening, I will get some pleasure. So that company or that society programs you because you believe that is how you're supposed to act. When you go through this, then getting pleasure will at least give you that peace of mind. And now you're not even in control of your life. The work and the pleasure is in control of your life, when you need to experience the real pleasure when you see the life as a whole. How? All the pleasure is great because we need children, and it causes us or makes us feel in a certain way. One insight that I believe is giving a tremendous importance to a specific part of your life. Giving, again, a tremendous importance to a specific part of your life corrupts you and enslaves you, because you will be reprogramming yourself to behave in a certain way and you are corrupting yourself for you're not willing to enjoy the external pleasures, it might not be you, but if the work is too heavy for you, you have to look for a way to make it exciting. If it's not exciting, maybe it's the highest time or the highest chance to look a different turn and do something that even when you will strain, at least you will get some pleasure in it. So that you can't just rely getting pleasure from one thing and give it a tremendous importance to corrupt yourself. For when you do that, you are enslaving yourself and you are giving the other person power, my friend, to control your whole life. You will come to regret. I'm very sure of that. So you need to learn about that, and you need to remove yourself from that thought. I hope this will clarify things in the right way to create more attraction from women, because they know they have no total control. If it's the pressure, too much work, look for a way to deal with it. Maybe go play some pool, go play with your friends, so that you can train your mind to get pleasure from different types of things, doing some other thing apart from this pleasure, so that this other pleasure can't be completely the only thing that can give you happiness in your life. That will open up your mind, and at least you will try to find freedom when moving on with your life. Is it making sense to you? Are you a new member? Welcome on board.